Hello everyone, my name is Just Missioner from Off Meta Builds, and today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I have been playing Path of Exile 2 since it came out into early access. It was kind of my first experience with Path of Exile, and I've played Path of Exile 1 a handful of times in my life. I've made it to maps on one build, and that was during the Settlers of Kalgur League. Aside from that, I pretty much got to, I think one time I got to Act 6, one time I got to Act 10, and that was pretty much it. That's been my experience with the game. I have heard so much about the game from so many content creators. I've been playing ARPGs since Diablo 1. I've been playing games since, for the last 30 years of my life, and never gave this game a chance. So for the last little while, I have been digging pretty deep into Path of Exile in this league, Secrets of the Atlas. And I wanted to talk a little bit about my experience as a relatively new player to the Path of Exile franchise. I think I've got like 500 hours, 500 to 1,000 hours in Path of Exile 2. I've made a handful of builds. I've showcased a ton of off-meta builds on the channel. And so I kind of wanted to dive into this game and see what it's all about. I know it has probably the most rich endgame of any ARPG ever. I've heard time and time again from so many content creators, and so I kind of wanted to experience it for myself. And today I want to talk about just my journey, but there's one thing that I've heard some content creators say before, and something that I experienced and I really want to highlight in this video. And I believe that Path of Exile has hands down the best community in gaming, period. I don't think I've experienced a community that was this welcoming and this helpful since like Warcraft 3 came out and went live on Battle.net. I think the last time I had this much support from people who knew more than me about a game was in that game. Yeah, it's been incredible. I have some clips I'm going to show in this video of my journey, but I just want to talk a little bit about what it was like for me, getting up to maps, some of the things that I experienced interacting with community members, and kind of has launched me into the end game on this league. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I've been streaming my progress over at Twitch, or on Twitch at Just Missioner. And the first thing I noticed is I got to maps, and I basically had titled my streams Path of Exile 2 player tries Path of Exile 1. I had some community members jump in, and they were very encouraging. They were helping me with mechanics I was unaware about. And then, yeah, we were just kind of plugging along, having a good time. And then I discovered what happens when you do a map that has reflect on it. Well, this might be a bad time. Holy fuck. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I think I fucked up. We messed up there. That was good. It was good. It was a good learning curve, a good learning experience. I continued on, and I had some veterans jumping in into the chat and just hanging out, giving me some pointers and some feedback around what modifiers I should be looking for in maps with the build that I was playing. I am currently playing the Volcanic Fissure of Snaking build. And then, to my surprise, I had somebody jump in and kind of ask, you know, if I was new to the game, ask how it was going for me, ask if I was in hardcore. And then he proceeded to tell me that he won a contest and had received a bunch of currency and offered it to me. I totally would absolutely put that to good use. That's incredible. As the conversation went on, he said that, you know, he used to play Path of Exile quite a bit and hasn't anymore, but after some more good conversation and running some more maps and just hanging out, his friend invited me and handed me more currency than I knew what to do with. Holy moly. Wow. Crazy. After that happened, we spent the next probably 45 minutes on Path of Exile trade, decking the character right out, and then really trying to just push maps, jumping into higher tier maps, and just grinding. It was so cool. I've never once in a game had veterans who have been playing the game for a long time, or just community members jump in and help me out as a brand new player. I am not a big content creator or a big streamer by any means. I'm not like well known in the Path of Exile community or anything like that. So for somebody to just kind of jump in, hang out, give me some pointers and feedback, and give me an outlandish amount of currency to kind of really take my build to the next level. I just thought that was so cool. That was kind of my first big stream at maps. I've had a couple other streams since then and had very similar responses, just people jumping in who are veterans. I was talking with one guy who's got like 20,000 hours in the game over the last decade, and he just absolutely loves it, and was hanging out, helping me, teach me about some of the endgame mechanics, which that I'd heard so many times about the endgame of PoE. And when I really started jumping into it and digging into the endgame, I got completely and utterly lost. I had this experience where I was playing the game, and it was like 11 o'clock at night, and I looked down. It felt like 5 minutes went by. I looked down, and all of a sudden it's 2 in the morning. Wow, it's almost 2 in the morning? When did that happen? Holy cow. Last time I looked, it was like 11. I guess that's probably a pretty common thing with this game, just lose hours, gone. Well, it's a good game. Oh, I probably should go to bed, but I mean, well, just one more map. Let's do one more map. At least. I just couldn't stop. I couldn't stop going. It was so good. It was so much fun. Yeah, just an incredible experience. The depth of the game, the richness of content, the plethora of content that you can do. The progression is so good and so steady. I constantly felt like my character was getting better. I constantly was enjoying myself. I was enjoying interacting with community members. And just the support that I have been met with while playing this game has really been like unlike anything else that I've ever experienced in gaming in many, many, many years. And so I wanted to make a video just highlighting how grateful I am to the Path of Exile community that has jumped in and hung out and given me tips and given me pointers and helped me along the way. How cool it was to have somebody jump in and just hand me a bunch of currency so that I could get started. I've never had that happen before. And just how much fun I had experiencing the content. The leveling, in the past, I felt the leveling was quite slow through the campaign. 10x felt like a lot. Mercenaries really changed that. It felt so different going through the campaign. I had fun collecting the mercenaries. It kind of reminded me of the Tame Beast mechanic in Path of Exile 2. A little different, of course, like you're fighting these mercs, you're fighting them. They killed me many, many times. But upon beating them, you get them, and I had fun looking at different mercenaries and finding out how I could fit them into my build. And overall, I just had an absolute riot so far in the game. I'm going to be continuing my playthrough, I think, at least for a little bit until I kill the pinnacle bosses, and then I'm going to make a build guide highlighting the build that I've played and what has been important as a new player jumping into the game. When it came to following this particular build guide and playing Volcanic Fissure of Snaking, you know, what kind of troubles I ran into, what I faced, and just how much fun I had overall. And I'm thinking once that's done, depending on what you guys want to see, I'll jump back into making off-meta build guides for Path of Exile 2. Or if it's something that you guys are interested in, I might take a crack at making off-meta builds for PoE1 until the next PoE2 league comes out. But yeah, I really just wanted to make this video to highlight my experience and how it's been playing this game and how the community has been towards me, a new player, a small streamer, and a small-time content creator jumping into their game and really just enjoying my time with the community and with the game. Yeah, and so with that, I would love to hear what you guys think in the comments. If you want me to continue with PoE2 off-meta builds, if you want me to take a crack at some off-meta builds in PoE1. But this video was just important to me to make because of how incredible the community has been. So with that, I would just like to say thank you guys for your time. Thank you for checking out the video, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week.